Hi everyone, as you can see, this is a clip from Cycling Mikey, and we're going to be looking at how well Mikey assesses whether he's arriving at the same point at the same time as other road users. This is a very basic skill that all road users should possess, because if you don't do this well and you do arrive at the same point at the same time, that's called a crash. Now, I'm going to give you a little task for the first couple of seconds of this video. We're going to be watching the pedestrian, this one that stood behind the vehicle coming towards us on the right. They're actually walking across the road, and what I'd like you to do is quickly assess whether Mikey and this pedestrian are on a collision course. Are you ready? What was your first assessment? Well, all the clues are there. The pedestrian's looking at Mikey and they had two slight adjustments of their speed. They're planning to walk behind. So there's no issue in the slightest with Mikey carrying on. But just for a moment, think of the distance that we've been able to make that decision. It was quite late and quite close, and if the pedestrian had have just walked out, this might have been different. Slowing down a little earlier will help you make these decisions, and this keeps everyone safe, including yourself. There's no issue with that vehicle on the left, it looks as though it's dropping off on a single yellow. Now have a scan around this frame, which is the next road user that could cause Mikey a problem. It's dead obvious, it's the only one that could be using the same space as Mikey. There's a little bit of risk to this road to the left hand side, but that can easily be sorted with a good primary position past the junction. Unfortunately, Mikey does stay in secondary, but it's not a problem on this occasion. We're now going to play the same game as we did with the pedestrian, but with the grey car to the right. Are you ready? Have we been seen? Well, that's unsure because we are stuck behind the A-pillar blind spot on the passenger side. Any road user should be looking out for this, and you've got to eliminate that threat before you continue. Now, what's your assessment on the speed? Are we going to be arriving at the same point? It's difficult to tell at this distance. Risk is actually still pretty low and controlled. Mikey's still got plenty of time to adjust if it's an issue. But just 2 seconds later, I wouldn't be certain this driver's seen us because we're still stuck behind the A-pillar and that vehicle's arriving exactly at the same point that Mikey wants to use. It's pretty obvious that he's seen this danger because he's looking at this driver. But I don't understand why he does this. He uses his voice as a warning, but doesn't slow down.
Fuck off! Jeez. You can't just pull out.
You're right, Mikey. They shouldn't do, but I would have expected an experienced cyclist like yourself to have done a lot better there. Let's have a look at the clip, from the beginning, at the pace that it happened.
Fuck off! Jeez. You can't just pull out.
Defensive driving or riding is all about seeing things before they happen so you don't have to react. You can always deal with them comfortably. And I'm sorry, Mikey, the clues were there. If the driver hadn't have acted on Mikey's strong verbal warning, perhaps if they were deaf or even if they had the stereo on loud, Mikey had put himself in big danger there. And this is not a good example for any novice riders. Mikey ironically waves the vehicle past, as we'll hear in a moment.
I think that felt bad.
I'm not sure of that reference, but it's what Mikey says next is what I'm referring to.
Anyway, once you make a mistake like that, that's the sort of driver you want in front of you, not behind.
So now see whether you can take it to the next level, Mikey, and spot these things before they're happening so you don't put yourself in danger.
Don't have the ego.
This is also what Mikey said happened after this incident. I'm also hoping Mikey learns from his mistake. Keep safe, everyone. I'll see you soon.